last interview we had, were you drunk in that interview?
Oh my God, really?
Were you? I mean, that's what I've been told.
Well, play this. You know what? I think that the fact that when I was in North Korea, after the game and stuff like that, yes, we had. Oh, absolutely, we had a lot of drinks. I mean, we partied after the game. We went back to the hotel and we just sat there and had some wine and some sake and stuff like that. Absolutely.
But during the interview, were you of right mind?
I play this. No, it wasn't about me being in the right mind. I want people to understand this. It wasn't about that. I think the fact that when a certain person asks me a question when they're supposed not to ask me that question at that particular time, knowing the fact that I wasn't in the state to really properly answer that question, I think it was unfair. And you know.
So your answer was the way it was because you thought me asking you about it was unfair.
I think the fact that, you know, if you wanted a story, Chris, you could at least ask me first. I think that was the proper thing to do. And at the moment, you know, I really didn't think too much about it. And I told you before this interview, I said, you know what, I don't hate you, man. You're just doing your job. You know, like I said, I treat you just like anybody else. I'll shake your hand, hug you. We can go out and have a cigar or something like that any time of the day.
That works both ways.
Right,
I mean,
absolutely.
I asked you the questions because I feel they're so obvious. They're so important to how people view you and what's going on with this situation
Right.
that I can't not ask them.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you call somebody a friend who a lot of people believe is one of the most dangerous people in the world, you've got to answer for that. You've got to explain it.
Absolutely.
So the question is, now that you've had some time to get your thoughts together here, do you believe that trip was something you shouldn't have done? Do you believe the way you acted in the interview was something you shouldn't have done?
Well, like I said, I'm not going to say too much because I'm going to do a press conference next week in New York. And like I told you, I'm going to have an open mic for anyone in the world. Any press that's going to come and see this interview, they can ask me anything in the world about North Korea. And like I said, I speak from my heart. And like I said, I'm a human first. You know, what I said in the media and stuff like that, like I said, I don't know the marshal as a dictator. I don't know him like that. All I know is the fact with him, it's more like he's a 31-year-old guy. And I call him a kid all the time. And I said, yeah, he's my friend. I look at him like that because he gave me the opportunity to at least come in the country of North Korea to bring a basketball team over there to show the world. Just show the world that we can actually get along, Americans and North Korea. I wasn't trying to look in the history book of what really went on back with his grandfather or his father. That wasn't my job.
Or him.
Or him. It wasn't my job. That wasn't my job. That wasn't my assignment to go over to, hey, you know what, Kim Young-in, can I come over here and ask you questions about why you're such a bad guy? That wasn't my job. Now we're going into the political stage of this. That wasn't my job, and I said that from day one to the day. I'm not an ambassador. I'm not a diplomat. That's not my job.